Hey everyone, Sefi here. It's been a while, huh? Today I wanted to take a look at the 6.1 job changes and discuss them with you. See what jobs have changed, see what spells have been removed, see which actions have changed. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so first up for the healer role, we got Lucid Dreaming is now acquired at level 14, which was previously level 24. It just basically means that you can start not running out of mana at level 14 if they were somehow running out of mana at level 24. Okay, so next up we got the Paladin. Iron Will was the buff you get for enmity or threat. The recast time for it has been reduced from 10 seconds to 3 seconds, which is kind of nice little change. Using Clemency and Holy Spirit no longer interrupts action combos, so if you for some reason have to use them in between your combos, then you will not break your combo anymore. For Request Cat, the additional effect grants Blade of Faith ready when the effect of Request Cat ends has been added with a duration of 30 seconds. What does this mean? Okay, so you know how you got 5 stacks of Request Cat whenever you use it, and you can use 5 instant casts of Holy Spirit, and at the last stat you will use Confiteor. So you would still want to use Confiteor, right? But for example, if you didn't use Holy Confiteor for any reason, then you won't lose access to using the Blade of Faith combos. So that's pretty nice. It just helps with people who make mistakes. I myself have done that pretty lots of time. I don't main Paladin, so it does happen every now and then. So that's a little nice change. I like it. Holy Circle no longer interrupts action combos, much like Clemency and Holy Spirit. Confiteor, the additional effect restores own HP, has been added with a cure potency of 400. That's nice. We got a little heal from using Confiteor. Blade of Faith no longer a combo action with Confiteor. The requirement of Blade of Faith ready has been added. Just like we discussed earlier, after request cadence, you can start using Blade of Faith. It'll still come out of the same Confiteor button. So, for example, I'm pretty sure that if you miss your last request stack using Confiteor, or rather not using it, then the action will still change to Blade of Faith when request cadence. Also for the blade actions, Faith, Truth, and Valor, you get a little restore HP when you use it, with a potency of 400. Divine Magic Mastery 2 now adds a healing effect to Confiteor. That's just basically the passive for adding the healing to those actions. Okay, so for the Warrior, I don't see much changes here. Defiance is pretty gonna be pretty standard amongst all of the tanks, where the recast time for the threat generating button has been reduced from 10 seconds to 3 seconds. Overpower, the area of effect has been changed from a cone before you to all nearby enemies. This is pretty nice. This just makes it easier to grab aggro on dungeons, for example. This won't affect much of raiding. Inner Release, stacks of Inner Release now only apply to Fellcleave and Decimate. The additional effect nullifies stun, sleep, bind, heavy, and most knockback and drawing effects has been changed to grants inner strength, nullifying stun, sleep, bind, heavy, and most knockback and drawing effects. So that is pretty nice. I know, for example, like not on raiding environment for sure, but like the other day I was doing the hunt train and I used one of the inner release stacks on the ranged ability because I had to get away from the boss. I don't know why I had to get away from the boss when I'm a tank, but yeah, that's nice. So basically, it's just avoiding you accidentally using your inner release stacks on other abilities besides Fellcleave and Decimate. Okay, so Dark Knight, Grit. Recast time has been reduced from 10 seconds to 3 seconds, much like the other tanks. Blood of Darkness. Potency has been reduced from 130 to 100. We kind of knew Dark Knight was a little bit strong, so yeah, it was bound to be nerfed a bit. The Flood of Darkness, I think that's the AoE, right? Yeah, Flood of Darkness is an AoE. This won't affect that much of the raiding environment, I think. Blood Weapon now grants 5 stacks of Blood Weapon effect. Effect duration has been increased from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. This is huge. People have been asking for this for a lot of time, and they finally gotten it. So now you won't have to worry about having that GCD as slow as you can get it to fit in those 5 GCDs on that 10-second window, because now it's a 15-second window and now it's a stack ability. So you'll be guaranteed 5 GCDs with Blood Weapon. Finally, that is really huge. Stalwart Soul now acquired at level 40, previously level 72. This is a nice change for leveling. It just means you'll get your second combo action for the AoE combo much sooner, and that action generates MP, which is really needed on the lower levels, I think. So that is pretty nice. Living Dead. The additional effect restores HP with each weapon skill successfully delivered or spell cast has been added with a cure potency of 1500. If an amount of HP totaling your maximum HP restored before the Walking Dead timer runs out, the effect will now change to Undead Rebirth with a duration carried over from the time remaining for Walking Dead. While under the effect of Undead Rebirth, most attacks will not lower your HP below 1. So this just basically means you'll get a little bit of healing during your Living Dead window, so you can help you restore your own health. For example, if you have barrier healers, I know Sage has a really hard time healing up Dark Knight whenever they get Living Dead. So hopefully it doesn't heal you that much that it cancels out the effect of Living Dead, or that it doesn't, or rather it doesn't proc Living Dead, because maybe you want to proc the Undead Rebirth effect. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so Gunbreaker got nothing except the enmity buff reduced from 10 seconds to 3 seconds recast. For Monk, Perfect Balance can no longer be executed while under the effect of any beast chakra. This is a nice little change. What I think this means is that, for example, if you didn't use, for some reason, your Masterful Blitz, right? Your Masterful Blitz ability, then you won't be able to use Perfect Balance accidentally and cancel out that Masterful Blitz ability. So that's a little nice change. So for Dragoon, Jump, action animation has been shortened, which is really nice. Action now changes to Mirage Dive while under the effect of Mirage Dive Ready. Basically helps with the button blow. You'll have one less button in your hotbar, so that's really nice. High Jump, action animation has been shortened, really nice too. Action now changes to Mirage Dive while under the effect, basically the same as Jump. Elusive Jump, action animation has been shortened. Spine Shatter Dive, action animation has been shortened. And Dragonfire Dive, action animation has been shortened. It's kind of sad not to see Stardiver on that list, because Stardiver really needs some help. Really needs some help with the action animation. But at least we got something. Rogue Ninja, my previous main. Let's see. Hi, now dispels the effect of Doton upon execution. Are you telling me we can no longer hide after using Doton to get more AoE? So I guess rest in peace. Rest in peace, pre-pull timer. That kind of sucks, I think. I mean, I know it was kind of, it was kind of iffy, like putting something down and then refreshing your mudras. I just feel this was an unnecessary change. This was really good for dungeons, for example. You could just wait until the whole pack was out. You use Doton, hide, and you'll have your 2 mudras up and you can use AoE for them. But I guess that sucks a bit. Mug, the additional effect increases target's damage taken by 5% has been added with a duration of 20 seconds. Mug is the new trick attack, and it lasts for 20 seconds instead of 15. I'm a little on the fence with this change. I get why they're doing this. What I believe their philosophy is going forward is that they want the 1 minute burst to be personal instead of changing when you have a ninja to make a group effort, right? Trick attack, the additional effect increases target's damage taken by 5% has been changed to increase the damage you deal by target by 10%. And this is personal, right? So trick attack will now be a 1 minute personal DPS boost. And it's a little bit more than it was before. So that'll be for personal damage, right? And Mug will now be the party buff, which everyone can take advantage of every 2 minutes. Their philosophy going forward, I believe, is that, they want the 1 minute windows to be personal DPS and the 2 minute windows to be a party-wide effort of DPS. Aeolian Edge potency has been increased from 360 to 380, rear combo from 420 to 440. Shukushi action animation has been shortened, which is really nice. You'll be able to teleport much faster, hopefully. Doton potency has been increased from 70 to 80. Effect duration has been reduced from 24 to 18 seconds. Hakemon Jitsasu combo potency has been increased from 120 to 130. Armor Crush potency increased from 340 to 360. Flank combo potency has been increased from 400 to 420. So just a few buffs here and there. Babakra potency has been reduced from 400 to 350. Phantom Kamaitachi potency has been increased from 550 to 600. And Melee Mastery now acquired at level 74. Previously level 84. So most of the ninja changes, apart from the Mug and Trek attack, are just balancing changes, buffs here and there, nerfs to some of the harder hitting abilities. Overall, I think it's alright. Moving Trick attack and making it a personal thing, I think it's alright. I think the philosophy they're going for, like I said, is 1 minute personal windows and 2 minute party windows. coffee got cold. Okay, so Samurai. Hakase, Jinpu had potency increases from 180 to 200, 100 to 120. Third Eye, effect duration has been increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Basically meaning you'll have a 1 second longer window for getting that Third Eye buff, which I think they use now on cooldown to like to get the resource, right? Because it actually generates resource whenever you get it, so you wanna try to maximize its usage. Gecko potency has been increased from 100 to 120. Combo potency has been increased from 320 to 330. Rear combo potency has been increased from 370 to 380. Higambana damage over time potency has been increased from 30 to 45. Mangetsu combo potency has been increased from 110 to 120. Kasha potency has been increased from 100 to 120. Combo potency has been increased from 220 to 330. Flank combo potency increased from 370 to 380. Tenkagoken area of effect has been changed from a cone before you to all nearby enemies, which is really nice. Oka combo potency has been increased from 100 to 120. Yukikase combo potency has been increased from 100 to 120. Combo potency has been increased from 280 to 300. These are all basically just job balancing around the new mechanic, which is now that the harder hitting abilities will always be a critical hit, right? Midara Setsugeka potency has been reduced from 660 to 600, but now the attack is guaranteed to land a critical hit. So basically no more damage fluctuation from the Midare. Meikyo Shisui. Ranged weapon skills no longer count toward the effect of this action. That's alright, I guess. If people were using ranged abilities doing Meikyo, then Meikyo will no longer be consumed by those abilities. Hisatsu Chinten, now acquired at level 52, previously level 62. Potency has been reduced from 270 to 250. This is a really nice change overall for lower level samurais. They'll be able to use their OGCDs much sooner. And yeah, it'll just improve gameplay a little bit for the lower levels. Hisatsu Yaten, activation time has been adjusted to match that of other backstep actions. I don't know if that'll make it longer or shorter. Hopefully it'll make it shorter. Hisatsu Kyuten, now acquired at level 62, previously level 64. So basically they'll get their AoE OGCD 2 levels sooner. I don't think that changes much. Maybe it's just for the 63 dungeon, but I guess it's something. Or maybe there's 61 dungeon too, because you scaled up to 62 in the dungeons. Kaishi Higambana potency has been reduced from 300 to 200. Kaishi Goken potency has been reduced from 420 to 280. Area of effect has been changed from a cone before to all nearby enemies. Kaishi Setsugeka potency has been reduced from 990 to 600. Attack is now guaranteed to land a critical hit. Shoha potency has been reduced from 580 to 500. Oginami Kiri potency has been reduced from 900 to 800. Attack is now guaranteed to land a critical hit. And Kaishi Namikiri potency has been reduced from 1350 to 800. Attack is now guaranteed to land a critical hit. So I guess overall it should stay around the same, hopefully. But we'll see about that. Okay, Reaper, here's my main. Hell's Ingress. The duration of Enhanced Harp has been increased from 15 to 20 seconds. Action animation has been shortened. Oh, that's nice. So now we'll teleport much faster. Same for Hell's Egress and Regress. So basically, it's just got a little personal movement buff there. So that's really nice. I guess Reaper didn't need it much. They're already doing really good. Okay. Bard, Repelling Shot. Range has been increased from 5 to 15 jumps, and activation time has been adjusted to match that of other backstep actions. That's nice. You'll basically be able to backstep from much farther away. Battle Boys no longer requires the effect of Mage's Ballad, Army's Payon, or the Wondrous Minuet to be active. That is a really nice change. I don't know if it'll change the burst somehow, but here, at least you won't need the other song active to be able to use Battle Boys. The Wondrous Minuet action now changes to pitch perfect upon execution. Oh, so that is a nice change for button bloat, but I mean personally, like I already have my pitch perfect in a spot I like to use it. Just changing it to where Wondrous Minuet I currently have it. Not my personal taste, but if it helps out people with the button bloat, then I'm all for it. Yeah. Just a change that will take some getting used to on my part. Hopefully, other people don't have as much as a problem as that as I do. Machinas, we knew we were getting some buffs here. Heal Blast potency has been increased from 170 to 180. Wildfire potency has increased per weapon skill landed has been increased from 150 to 200. Drill potency has been increased from 570 to 580. Air Anchor from 570 to 580. Pile Bunker from 650 to 680. Crown Collider from 750 to 780. Chainsaw from 570 to 580. Basically buffs all around. Dancer, standard step, embodied, intricate, jette, pirouette. I hope I said that right. Action is now categorized as a weapon skill. Cascade, the additional 50% chance of getting flourishing symmetry has been changed to 50% chance of granting silken symmetry. Is that just a wording change? I haven't really played Dancer up at 90. Like I still haven't leveled it, so I don't know if that's just a wording change. Fountain, the additional 50% chance of granting flourishing flow has been changed to 50% chance of granting silken flow. Windmill also got the 50% chance of granting silken symmetry. Reverse cascade, the requirement for execution has been changed from can only be executed while under the effect of flourishing symmetry to can only be executed while under the effect of silken symmetry or flourishing symmetry. Blade Shower, the additional effect 50% chance of granting flourishing symmetry now has been changed to 50% chance of granting silken flow. Rising Windmill, the requirement for execution has been changed from can only be executed while under the effect of flourishing symmetry to can only be executed while under the effect of silken symmetry or flourishing symmetry. Fountainfall, the requirement for execution has been changed from can only be executed while under the effect of flourishing flow, can only be executed while under the effect of silken flow or flourishing symmetry. Blood Shower, the requirement for execution has been changed from can only be executed while under the effect of flourishing flow to can only be executed while under the effect of silken flow or flourishing flow. Technical step, action is now categorized as a weapon skill. Players can still receive the effect of flourishing symmetry and flourishing flow from the flourish action. Okay, so our good friend the Summoner, Ruby Ruin recast time has been increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. Ooh, but they're buffing it at least from 300 to 340. So now you'll take a little bit longer to cast that Ruby Ruin. Ruby Outburst recast time has been increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. Potency has been increased from 140 to 160. Ruby Ruin 2 recast time has been increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. Potency has been increased from 340 to 380. Ruby Ruin 3 recast time from 2.5 to 3, and potency increased from 360 to 410. Ruby Right recast time has been increased from 2.5 to 3, potency from 450 to 510. Searing Light action is now executed directly from the caster rather than via carbuncles. That'll help a bit with the opener, right? So you would have to cast, I know you would have to cast 2 of the Ruin actions before using your Searing Light so that the carbuncle would get in combat even though it doesn't attack to be able to use Searing Light. So now you'll be able to use it earlier, hopefully. Maybe not aligning with other bursts from other jobs, but we'll see. Ruby Disaster recast time has been increased from 2.5 to 3, potency from 170 to 190. Ruby Catastrophe recast time increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds, potency from 180 to 210. Ruin Mastery potency increased from 450 to 510. Red Mage just got a little bit of a action animation shortened on displacement. So basically you'll be able to do it much faster. Okay, our good friend the White Mage. Stone MP cost has been reduced from 400 to 200. Arrow MP cost has been reduced from 400 to 200. Effect duration has been increased from 18 to 30 seconds. That's just nice. It just means the debuff on the enemy will last 30 seconds on all of its iterations. Arrow, I think it's Arrow 2 next, and then yeah, it changes to other debuff. Stone 2 MP cost has been reduced from 400 to 200. Regen MP cost has been reduced from 500 to 400. Cure 3 area of effect radius has been increased from 6 to 10 yalms. Arrow 2 MP cost from 400 to 200. Effect duration has been increased from 18 to 30. Asylum range has been increased from 8 to 10 yalms. Secret of the Lily, time before a lily is added to the healing gauge has been reduced from once every 30 seconds to once every 20 seconds. This is a little nice. It just means you'll get your lilies much faster. You'll be able to use 1 minute miseries. Hopefully, it's a nice change. Stone 3 potency has been reduced from 230 to 220. MP cost has been reduced from 400 to 300. Stone 4 potency has been reduced from 270 to 260. Afflatus Misery potency has been increased from 900 to 1240. That could be huge. That could be the neutral damage gain out of using Misery. So hopefully that is the fix they needed. They can now use their lilies freely and not lose damage out of it. Reduction in potency after the first enemy has been increased from 25% to 50%. This just basically means an AoE nerf. It'll be fine for most raiding environments. Liturgy of the Bell. The additional healing effect from remaining stacks of Liturgy of the Bell will now be triggered when time expires or upon executing this action a second time. That's just nice. It basically means you'll get more bang from your buck out of Liturgy. You won't lose those stacks it didn't use up. So that's nice. Overall, I think the White Mages got pretty good changes. I don't see changes for the higher level damaging abilities like Glare, so I assume the effects of Stone apply to Glare if it's not already there. So yeah, hopefully these MP changes will help white mages with their MP management a bit more, because they really, really needed it. And the Lilith thing and the mystery thing is huge. They really needed that. They've been asking for it, and hopefully they got what they wanted. Scholar, Ruin MP cost has been reduced from 400 to 300. Embrace, range from which party members can be targeted has been increased. Bio MP cost has been reduced from 400 to 300. Bio 2 MP cost from 400 to 300. Sacred Soil area of effect radius has been increased from 8 to 10 yalms. And the huge change they're getting, the effect duration of experience has been reduced from 20 to 10 seconds. Basically, the movement speed buff out of experience will only now last 10 seconds. The damage reduction portion will still last 20 seconds. Astrologian, Combust effect duration has been increased from 18 to 30 seconds. Basically, the overall all around the dots they put down are gonna last 30 seconds from now on, instead of 18 on the lower ranks. Sage, Doses, MP cost has been reduced from 400 to 300. Soteria now grants 4 stacks of the Soteria effect. Effect potency has been increased from 50% to 70%. Addersting now gain maximum stacks of Addersting upon entering an instance or restarting an instance battle. This is a really nice change, because now they can have more of those abilities ready to use on openers, or when movement is needed more often, right? So nice change overall. So I think most jobs got what they wanted. I think the changes to Dark Knight and White Mage are especially huge. I think the changes to Ninja are something we have to like evaluate and see how it plays out. I think it'll play out alright, because I think the philosophy going forward is that 1 minute cooldowns will be personal damage windows, and 2 minute cooldowns will be party wide damaging windows, right? So I think most of the changes are pretty good, and yeah, I'm really excited for the patch. Really excited to see what's going on with the MSQ. Really excited for the Alliance raid, the new Extreme, and in 2 weeks to see the people doing Ultimate, because I don't have a static to do Ultimates with. So anyway, what's got you most excited about this patch? Which jobs are you most excited to try out, or are excited to see these changes for? Let me know in the comments below. So with that, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on with me. I know I've been away for a little while. I don't want to delve too much into it. Basically, I just lost my spark for the game, right? I haven't been playing that much aside from the raiding I've been doing with my static. And I really didn't feel motivated to do content on the game. I haven't had much time either. I work a 40-hour job, and I also work on weekends sometimes. This was one of those weekends. So I'm a little bit tired, but I still wanted to get this out. I wanted to start bringing content back to my YouTube channel, and hopefully I can keep this content rolling for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you got the changes you wanted for your jobs, and I hope you're as excited as I am for 6.1. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.